I'm a medical esthetician.
Okay.
I sell vitamins and supplements, majorly in injection forms. So we know what your weight, your age, and your health situation is before we know what is right for you. So the vitamins we sell are majorly for skin. You know, you look younger and radiant. The skin lightening is a plus, and it's not, I mean, it's not the bone of contention. It's not the main reason for the supplement. It's just a plus, you know. And of course it comes with more work, like what's it called now? It comes with more work of knowing the cream to use, doing your spa, exfoliating, avoiding the sun. So majorly we sell vitamins and supplements in injection form.
Okay. Helps the skin.
Yes, majorly for the skin, but then some will always repair the cells just so you can look younger.
Okay. So is that all Cindy's Empire is all?
Not exactly, but
okay.
That is what we are known for. We have a day spa here.
Okay.
We advise people on surgeries, cosmetic surgeries actually. We have worked with surgeons, cosmetic and reconstructive surgeons, and we know, you know, the ones that we can recommend or direct people to when it comes to cosmetic surgery. We also have, okay, I mentioned that we have a day spa. Then we do facelift, Botox, face jab, rejuvenation generally.
Okay. So why did you go into this aspect of the beauty?
Okay, so growing up, I battled with a lot of skin problems. Most of them were hereditary, like dry skin, for instance, then uneven skin tone, and then it was becoming boring, you know. Well, I would say maybe my parents didn't understand what jassy, you know, they didn't know that they could work on it. But you know, seeing people move about with good skin, you wonder what you have done wrong. And then I decided to, you know, seek help. And it wasn't easy getting help, to be honest. Like, you know, you hear all sorts, like, use this, it will work, use that. I got a lot of prescription from friends. But then when I was able to talk to a specialist, consultation and everything, I saw that is a good one. And of course, it's something that a lot of people are not doing, especially the person that I was able to talk to. Apparently not in Nigeria, but you know, I thought it was something I could do in Nigeria. So I decided to start working on it. It wasn't a day's job, but I mean, we are getting there gradually.
So can you tell us what the mistakes that women make with their skin in terms of trying to maintain their skin?
There's a whole lot. First, not talking to an expert is the biggest mistake. Then next, using what their friends are using. What works for you will definitely or necessarily not work for me. A lot of do-yourself, you know. I have a client. She has damaged her skin, although we've been able to work on it at least to a significant point. But then we were trying to ask her what she has used. She can't even remember most of the things she has used. So, and then she told us about one cream her friend was using. That cream contains 4% hydroquinone, and she used it for 1 year stretch. It's wrong. So majorly, I think not talking to an expert is a problem. Then getting help from just anybody. And the third major thing is doing it yourself. You need to talk to an expert. That's why we are here.
Then of course, you also need to explain to us the difference between I don't know, skin lightening, skin. You have all those.
Okay. So
different.
There is skin lightening.
Okay.
There is skin brightening. There is toning. So toning is majorly bringing out your own complexion and firming it up. So this is me. If I want to tone up, it's toned up already, I know, but you know, I just want to firm it up and have just one uniform color. Brightening you're dark, you just want your complexion to pop, to glow, just like old school and left here now. So, you know, you just want that complexion to just glow. You want everybody to see that you're taking good care of your skin. But skin lightening comes with a lot of work, and there is no way you will do it that you won't be careful. One, whether you're toning or whatever, you should avoid the sun, but you have to be extra careful if you are lightening your skin, because there's no way you do it without chemical, and most of these chemicals you can't use them for a long time. And lightening your skin, you're ripping off a layer of your skin, and of course it requires you to moisturize well, because your skin will become dry, so you need to moisturize well, and you need to use use your sunscreen well. You reapply. You also need to do spa. No, I can't use this, you know. So it comes with a lot of work. And there's something I tell people, I'm not saying you shouldn't lighten your skin. I believe you're old enough to do that, but if you have to do it, just do it right. Don't make it boring. Don't give people reasons to ask you questions where you have Fanta face, coke legs. So, but majorly the difference is toning. You're firming up your skin, you're toning it up. People took the other way around though. Then the other one, brightening, just your complexion, just you want it to pop. And the lightening is the one that you have to do a lot of work.
How about whitening?
Whitening is the same as lightening, but of course, you know that the whitening, they'll just say, whitening. We tell people about it too. So whitening, extra effort. You are going into the inner layer. Like if you want to be 6 shades lighter complexion, lighter than your complexion, it means you are doing skin whitening. Whitening in the real sense. To be honest, these things are not safe. That's the truth, but I mean, that's not why we are here. So that's the difference.
So how have you found doing this? How many years now?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. By your calculation, you should know it's 10 years. You remember? 10 years. And we came on social media. I think we're going to be 4 years on social media. 2018 till date. So social media were 4 years, but skincare officially 10 years. I remember well, 10 years. And then our office is going to be 1 year in December. So
okay. But at the time you went into it 10 years ago, what was it like? What was the industry like? What was the business like?
It was scattered. It wasn't this saturated. So I'm not complaining about saturation. I'm just saying it wasn't everywhere like this. You know, these days, if you buy a cream off the shelf and you see that it's working, you become a skin therapist. You start selling cream, you know, but it wasn't like it wasn't there then, but I mean, it's not as much now. It wasn't this everywhere then. And because of the line I picked, or the field I picked, the vitamin infusion area, it was a bit difficult to convince people. Officially, I started selling injections 2013, May 2013, April 2013, and it was very difficult to convince people, because people will wonder, why do I have to go that far? And to be honest, till now, a lot of people don't want them to know they are into vitamin infusion, which is understandable. So we see it as beauty secret. They see it as, I don't want people to think I'm going to the extreme because I want to look good. But the truth is, it's still the safest, because it's going to rejuvenate your cells. But then when we started, it wasn't this plenty, and it was challenging, so to speak.
So what would you call the next phase of the business?
Well, let's see how it goes. But then in our own part, we've been able to preach for enough people to educate others about it. At least if people can agree to pay for consultation, you know what that means. Although we still have people that are stubborn, you know, they'll tell you, why should I pay? You're the one treating me, so why should I pay? You know, but I mean, I think if it's properly structured and the very few people you have, you know, show a good result, the next phase is done already, if you ask me, because it's just for people to understand that, okay, an appointment has to be scheduled. For instance, we don't do walk-in. I think we are prepared for the next 10 years, if you ask me. Oh. So if the country is still a bit intact, you know, it's done. It's done. So we don't allow walk-ins, and then we ensure original, our core values are intact, our mission and vision statement, we are still on track. So it looks like the next phase is done.
Okay. So when you went into it 10 years ago, did you have all of this planned out, or just took?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
I wanted to gain ground before tidying up, but I realized that new therapists were birthed by the day, whether we like it or not. Out of the quacks, we still have professionals. People still go for the training. They're still interested in it. So it looked like I was lagging behind, and I knew I needed to seek help. So the first thing I did was to learn to tidy up, to package, to put things in proper place so we won't be far behind. So we realized that it was taking so much time, and we needed to speed up majorly. But then when I started, I wasn't particular about. It wasn't like I didn't want to set it up in the real sense, but it looked like it was the last thing I was going to do. So it wasn't mapped out until along the line.
So how did you also give your business a name?
Okay, so my parents are very local. When I say local, I mean they don't believe in giving their children an English name, whether you call it Christian or anything. So my name is Folusho Jolade. There's no Christiana, there's no... And you get to school, you see people have one name, middle name is English. So when I got to secondary school, the secondary school I attended, you must have, so I needed to give myself a nice name. And I got Cindy. So, and of course my mom she didn't let it work. My mom can be very, so she didn't let it work. So, well, she passed now, God rest her. So, and when I was going to name my business, I said, well, if nobody can call me that name, I need to remember the name I gave myself. So we named it Cindy's Empire. And I've always wanted to build an empire. You know, I've always wanted to touch lives with everything I do. Skincare, interior, perfumeries, dressing. So I decided to have an empire that, okay, the businesses I've done in the past that didn't fly, I'm going to build an empire with this.
So apart from the skincare, which other arm of it is still trying?
I focused on skincare. It requires a lot of attention. Okay. So every other business, I honestly don't do again, except for one that we're currently planning. Okay, so we're going to be doing lingeries. I understand what it means to look beautiful from within. Like, I've been able to study a lot of things as regards women. So no matter how expensive your clothes is, if you're not wearing a good underwear, you won't bring out the beauty of the clothes. So we decided to do lingeries, but watch out for it. It's not, we are cooking. We don't want anybody to know about it yet. I just spilled it, but it's okay. So take it as an exclusive. But I'm focusing on skincare because it requires a lot of attention and concentration.